Start your day with a caffeinated spark. DXN Coffee keeps you lit till dark. Sip the brew.
Hello and welcome everyone to our very first exciting episode of DXN Coffee Talk. I'm your host DG, and today we have something truly special for you. We are diving into the world of business, leadership, and a company that's making waves globally, DXN. Today's guest is none other than the CEO of DXN, Mr. Prajith Pavithran, who has led the company to new heights with his passion, vision, and innovative leadership. Let's dive in and welcome Mr. Prajith to the show. Mr. Prajith, thank you for coming over to our first podcast called DXN Coffee Talk. And with your busy schedule, we know that you've been traveling a lot and everything. So once again, thank you so much for coming over, and welcome to our first episode. So let's begin with a lighter note of questions that we'd like to ask. Your journey in DXN. I'm actually curious, and actually maybe some of the members and our colleagues also may be curious, like how you started your journey here at DXN, and what do you find DXN special that you're here now after many years? So maybe you can just explain a little bit.
First of all, thank you for having me in this podcast, and to share about the journey of in DXN. It has been a long journey, over 24 years. I joined in 2001 back in India.
Right.
At the time, India was one of the promising market actually, and it was in the growth stage. And they were looking for a person who can speak multiple languages like English, and the local national language that we have is Hindi.
Right.
So
And I was told that you actually speak.
I speak few languages actually. So there was the reason, actually I got into DXN. And another reason really that fascinated me was the nature of the job,
Right.
where you can travel, you can see the world, you can meet places. I mean, you can meet people and get to know, different cultures. And also the job really excited me. And I joined in Delhi. And it's been like 24 years working in so many markets around the world. What actually fascinated me about DXN was in the initial days, I still remember, we have been taught, or we have been told, or we have learned that DXN comes from the word Daxon, and Daxon is actually a Chinese text.
Right.
It's that stands for integrity, that stands for trustworthiness. So to put it simple, how does a company stand, for its name? I happen to notice that there was one incident whereby, in 2001, 2002, those years there was no internet. Internet was there, but the online system, the speed at which we are carrying out the business in today's environment was not there. That everything was more physical. Everybody used to, issue manual cash bills, and we used to send, the check in envelope and to every member. There was no bank deposits, and everything was done more on a traditional manual standards. It happened that one time there was an incident whereby one of the stockists submitted the cash bills
Right.
late to the company, so everything was manually counted. So and the bonus was already processed for the members in India, and this was like a large number of cash bills actually. So the company had to rerun the bonus. We had to encode it manually, everything, and it happened that around close to 500 members bonus were
Wow.
impacted. The impact was there, but the amount of adjustment was not that significant. It was like a few cents,
Okay.
But the decision and the direction of Datuk at the time, I still remember, was that we have to send, even it is cents, we have to send it to the members. So we used to, I remember the office used to sit overnight, beyond working hours to print this extra cents, and put it in an envelope. The cost of courier is much expensive than this thing, and then we used to send it to all these members. And there was one time that I learned that this company is based on values and principles. and that opened up my mind actually.
Right.
What is DXN and how Dr. Datuk wants to carry this company forward, and demonstrate the name, that stands for integrity and trustworthiness
Right.
to the people. So that's something that really enlightened me,
Right.
and motivated me to learn more about the company
Right.
along the years.
So after India, where were you based? You were traveling around the
Yeah,
world.
I joined in 2001, and I have been placed in North India. Then, of course, I worked in different parts of the country. In 2005, I got an opportunity to be posted in Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for 4 to 5 years, I was in Philippines as a country manager
Right.
for DIPL, the Philippines branch of DXN. I was
Right.
based in Manila.
Okay. Okay. And when we're saying that you know many language,
Yeah.
maybe you can just enlighten us, like how many languages that you know that you speak?
Well, I can speak around 4 to 5 languages.
Okay. All right.
But it's about speaking. Like I can speak English, I can speak Spanish,
Right.
I can speak Spanish also, although not so fluent, but yes, I can manage to talk to people. Hindi,
Okay.
and my local language Malayalam, and to some extent Tamil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know French?
No,
No,
not yet.
only Spanish. Right. You had a few interviews recently on YouTube and Facebook about business tips from DXN CEO.
Yeah.
So for the leaders out there, especially our Malaysian leaders and overseas global, is there any inspiring tips that you want to give them that you maybe share with them as well?
Yeah. Actually, normally people do ask, what it takes to obtain the freedom in this company. And along the years, what I've learned is that members start the business with a lot of excitement. And so many people actually, they carry out the excitement all across. But there are a lot of people who the excitement level goes down. One of the main reasons I have figured out is that they, tend to become highly, in a zone of comfort.
Right.
They figure out that the environment is keeping them happy, keeping them cozy, and they continue doing what they have been doing. They don't want to learn something extra. They don't want to go out and do something additional. They don't want to bring in any kind of a change actually, and they continue doing the same thing. And in a period of time, actually, it brings in a lot of disappointments because you don't see results coming in. You have to start doing activities. You have to push yourself. Actually, success is a process. Whereby you have to really work every day. You have to devote at least a couple hours every day to talk to people, to invite people, to do your activities, to share the products, the product knowledge to people, to share, have home parties. But many people, they figure out that, well, it is being done by the company, it is being done by my upline leaders, and let me just follow them and let me continue. So the activity level goes down.
Right.
The effort that they're putting it actually decreases.
Right.
So, and of course, it is not reflected in the income. So, one of the main tip or main area that we need to focus is to put people out of the comfort zone. Because you continue doing what you have been doing, you continue getting the same results. So you have to start embracing a change in yourself and start doing it, and then you will start to get results. So that's something that we try to focus and educate people to always make sure that you come out of the comfort zone. Otherwise, what happens is that when you you obtain the level of star agent, then you go up to the level of star ruby, and there are many people who remain at the level of star ruby.
Yeah.
So because they feel like things are not happening. It's not happening. It will definitely happen. All the products are product speaks for itself. All these products actually, the wonderful products actually, tried and tested products. Along the years, actually, so many good results. Product definitely functions, system functions. But the thing that is not happening is your contribution.
Right. Recently, I met a member in up north in Malaysia. She has been in DXN for 10 years, but she's not a star agent. So, we've got, I think, many people like that in in our market. But with this question, leading to another one, where you always speak about independent convention, independent activities by leaders. In fact, our CMO, Mr. Salim, also always talks about it. So, do you mind explaining further, like how our leaders here in Malaysia and globally, what are they supposed to do, and what is this about actually?
Actually, being independent, actually, it goes beyond. I mean, it also is part of everyone's day-to-day life. In a family, we want the children. The more they are able to be independently handle their own activities, be more responsible. They know what the chores of the house, the responsibility in the school. Then the child obtains a new level of understanding in his life. Similarly, in a business, if you look at it, actually, the more dependent a distributor is towards a company or towards an upline leader, towards the stockist, towards anybody, the more slower his growth would be in the company. Independent leadership means you're totally independent. You're not dependent on anybody actually. As I mentioned earlier, there are so many members who stay. I mean, they don't grow further because why? Is because they want their upline leaders to come and do their activities. They might be having a set of new members or a new prospects actually waiting for them to do some activities, but they're waiting for the schedule of their upline leaders or the company to do their activities. And what happens is that the whole process gets delayed because the upline may not have time. The company has to check its budget, whether the budget is allotted, not allotted. So we always tell the people that one of the important things that you need to focus in this business is become an independent leader as soon as possible. The day you join, participate in the distributor training, get to know the business, get to know the products, understand the modules of the company, understand the nature of the products, and start doing it yourself. Do it on a smaller scale. Invite people at home. Have a coffee party, share about the products, share about the plan, share about the business, and then gradually go to bigger audience and do it regularly.
So what you're trying to say is don't depend so much on their upline.
Don't because the sooner you get independent, the faster you will grow. Initially, of course, you need to be trained. You need to get the perspective of the business, from person who is already there in this company, and also from the company side. But the sooner you are able to learn everything and start doing it, the faster you will grow in this company. All these successful leaders we have seen, they are making a big check every month. What I've learned, what I've seen from them is that they all are independent, and they have become independent right from the initial stages of the business. The people who are dependent, who are always dependent, you will see the check is not so growing. Why? Because of dependence. So we want all those independent leaders to also carry out independent mega events as well, and support each other as well. So independence is something very, very important in this business.
And we here in DXN Cyber, we've got a huge space for our local leaders and global leaders to actually come down and do events just for free.
I know.
So we would like to actually invite them. And so in one of your interviews, you also mentioned that our DXN philosophy and products are a game changer. So personally, Mr. Prajith, what products do you, because you look now more leaner compared to last time, more handsome, and so do you have any of your favorites?
My job involves a lot of traveling, so I don't get to, I don't have the luxury of eating homemade food, It's only when I'm home, I get the opportunity. But normally when I travel, I have to eat outside food, hotel food, restaurant food, and all. So it's very important that I, consume a lot of nutrition, and the best nutrition that I get is our products. Spirulina, is something that I take every day. RGGL is a very good balancer for me. Actually, it helps to put my health in a proper shape. And lion's mane, of course, I take every day. It suits very good for my stomach.
Okay.
and also my thoughts and my perspective and everything. I can think more balanced, because of lion's mane, very very helpful.
Right.
And cordyceps. These are things that I take every day, and along with that, the coffee goes in. Any coffee. I like all the coffees of DXN
Is
actually.
there any one favorite coffee that?
No, I like all the coffee. I like 3-in-1 coffee. I like cordyceps coffee, whichever is available, whichever comes, and I can see, I grab it. I don't have any specific choice like this or that.
Right.
Then of course the personal care also I use every day. These are the things. I mean, of course, I've tried all the products, but these are the products that I consume every day,
Right.
and that helps me for prevention basically,
Right.
and also in keep a balanced health. That's something very important.
And Mr. Prajith, as a CEO, you always like to maintain your positivity, the energy that you have. But I'm sure there will be challenges, especially with the new position that you have. Is there something that certain challenges that you would like to speak about, with the new role that you have at the moment?
Actually, challenges are something is something that we try to embrace in DXN. DXN has now come over 30, 31, 32 years now. And in the last 32 years, we have been through several challenges. And every challenge has made DXN a very strong and stable company.
Right.
We have become more stronger, after facing those challenges. Because every challenge, actually, we try to convert those challenges and treat the challenge as an opportunity. Of course, there are so many incidents. Datuk keeps talking about the experience we had in Indonesia, when the currency plummeted during the Asian financial crisis. But DXN was the only company, that continued. The rest, all the peers, they had to stop operations. Many companies could not do the business because the currency heavily plummeted, the Indonesian currency. But DXN was, and in those days, actually, we had around 10,000 people lined up to join DXN because DXN was the only company. Of course, the impact was on us also, but we never kept the doors closed. We always kept the doors open. These are the good learnings. Over the years, in 2005, 2007, when there was this global financial crisis that started from the United States and spread across, it was a major crisis to the world. But in DXN, that period was the fastest growing period for DXN.
Right.
That was a period where we expanded to 150 countries, and we were very fast growing. Fast forward, we have in Mexico. I remember I was there. This is one good experience that I personally felt. When I joined the Mexican team, I went to Mexico. It was in 2009. $1 used to be around 10 to 11 Mexican pesos currency. Then by 2012, 2013, the currency plummeted. $1 became around 21, 22 Mexican pesos.
Right.
I mean, currency is depreciating 100%. It impacts the trade, especially for a company that is in importation. We are importing products from Malaysia, from other countries. Definitely it is going to impact because we will have a huge forex losses, accumulated in the company, and that is it's a disaster for a business. Many companies couldn't sustain, especially the nature of those companies, foreign companies operating in. They couldn't sustain. They had to close down. DXN. What we did was we converted the challenge into an opportunity. What we did was we set up the factory. We established our own production in the country. In 2013, 2014, we of course we got the factory in 2013. We established the production in 2014, and we continue giving the products, the same products locally. We had a good control on the cost. We had a good control on the quality and also the lead time. That's what we did. And business flourished like anything. The business doubled after that, soon after setting up the factory. Because people realized, of course, there is this impact of inflation because of the crisis, and everybody was, but in DXN, they couldn't feel it. Why? Because of this change that we did. And that was something that's a good, learning experience that you get in this business. And this is something that we do. Now you look at the COVID time.
Right.
COVID, last 4 or 5 years, COVID had a with big impact to the world economy. Still, many of the economies are still struggling, around the world. But you look at DXN, we have been continuously growing. COVID period was the highest growth that we had.
Correct. Yeah.
And post-COVID, last month, month of Jan was a sales record month. We broke a new sales record, global sales record.
Oh, right.
Continue to grow. Why? Because during this period of COVID, when all the other companies was trying to protect and uh, preserve the resources, and worried about spending or going forward, and nobody was willing to take any kind of risk. DXN was expanding.
Right.
We established we established new factories in so many countries. We established new factories in India, in China, in Dubai.
Even Cyberville was.
Inside the Cyberville, this huge establishment was built during the time of COVID. We bought islands in Langkawi. We set up. We acquired Boulder Valley glamping. So many things. The DXN. Why? Because our goal is to make sure that localize the business and bring the efforts and decentralize the efforts of the company in production and the manufacturing to the world, and that way we can overcome all these crises. So DXN, if you look at DXN, it's a very unique company. We are not afraid of facing any crisis. We convert every crisis into an opportunity. And that is going to benefit people and the business, and everybody starts to continue to grow in the company.
Mr. Prajith, everyone wants to know what's the next in DXN. What's the next upcoming big project that people want to know, and I want to know as well.
Yeah. Actually, Datuk's vision is to localize DXN. DXN is a Malaysian company. But if you look at DXN closely, DXN is an international company. Our presence is felt in over 180 nations. We have 78 over branches. We have members that has crossed 19 million. And we have close to 6 million active distributors spread across all these countries. If you look at DXN, we are a vertically integrated model. We have 2 research facilities. We have 7 cultivation facilities. We have right now we have over 15 manufacturing plants located in over 8 countries, and more manufacturing plants are in the pipeline. Our business is our goal is to bring the manufacturing efforts, the production efforts, to various regions and make it localized, so that people, although it's a Malaysian company, but when in Mexico, they feel like this is a Mexican company. When in Peru, they feel it's a Peruvian company. When in India, they feel proud that it's an Indian company. You understand the point? So our goal is to localize the business. And the next projects that we have, major projects we'll be setting up manufacturing plants in Morocco for the North African market. We already have 1 manufacturing plant in Dubai for the Arab market, but we'll be having the subsequent one coming up in Saudi Arabia for the Arab market. Then South America, Latin America, we have 2 manufacturing plants in Mexico, but a new facility is in the pipeline to be constructed in Peru. Followed by in other countries like Bolivia, Guyana. All these are in pipeline. So these are the projects that we are working on at the moment. On top of that, we are also expanding into newer frontiers. Like recently, we expanded into countries like Argentina, Brazil. I mean, these are very big potential markets, especially because we already have established presence in Latin America. I remember in 2010 when we were starting in Peru. At the time, we had to tell people what is DXN, because DXN was a new thing for them. But now we are a big name. Every household knows what is DXN. And Argentina has been waiting for a long time for DXN to enter. Brazil has been waiting for a long time. So now that we are there, and business has started to grow already. And we are also going to enter into another country, that is Chile. Chile is another big market. Actually, we have over 5,000 active members who have been buying products from the neighboring markets. So Chile. Then in the North African region, we'll be expanding to Egypt and Algeria very soon. and other African markets like Ghana, Zambia. These are the markets that is upcoming.
We are not stopping, yeah?
DXN, we never stop.
Right.
Our foot is always on the gas,
Right,
so we keep always going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's why when members come down or a new prospect comes down here, we always tell them when we take them around for site inspection, we always tell them that approach vision is way far ahead.
Way far.
So we're going to many countries. Having said that, Mr. Prajith, when it comes to new development, what about products? Are there a lot of products coming up?
Yeah.
Pipeline?
Yeah. So DXN initially was started as a health and dietary supplement, especially with our capsules. But gradually we entered into food and beverages. Then we also entered into personal care and cosmetics. From there, we have household products. Then we entered into lifestyle products. We have a lot of lifestyle options for the members. Now we are into RTE, ready to eat and ready to drink segment as well. DXN, we want DXN to be not just considered as a business, but as a way of life. We want to empower people with the day-to-day products and the business opportunity that is going to give them a stable, good livelihood as well. So currently we have over 521 SKUs products, but around 83 new products are going to be is lined up to be launched by this year, and more products are in the research.
Are they all supplements or more of F&B?
It RTE, RTD, some are supplements, some are in the beverages category. So all in all, it's around. So I think by next year we'll be having more than 600 products already.
I have a very important question, Mr. Prajith. In fact, everyone wants to know. Being the CEO of DXN, you have huge responsibility. But I'm sure there's a little bit of free time that you have every now and then. How do you unwind yourself? What's your hobby? We want to know because we don't know.
Looking at the pace at which DXN is growing, it's difficult to get free time, in this company. But when I get free time, I try to be with my family. And normally I like to, as I said, I like to see places, So I take my family for a long drive. So I'm based in US, California. The last I remember, we had a long driving from California to Canada with my wife and son. So that's an experience. That's where I do my best to unwind myself, And but then work is always part and parcel. It goes everywhere where I'm going. So yeah, that's
do you have a certain hobby that since young you started off and until now you're
my passion is traveling. Right from early days, such a childhood, I like to explore places. I like to meet people. I like to try, so that, thanks to doctor, thanks to God, thanks to DXN, I'm in the right profession, where I can meet people, travel across, and see places, and that's how.
And you when you say you meet a lot of people, does that help you in the position that you are right now as a CEO?
Come again, sorry.
You say that you travel a lot, you meet a lot of people. Does that help you?
Yeah, of course. It definitely helps me, because understanding, a new culture, trying new food, seeing new places. That's really it's part and parcel of my work. So I'm not working actually. I'm enjoying life, by pursuing my passion. So that's how I take it.
Where do you see DXN in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. Actually, on a long term, I would like to see DXN become a truly global leader in health and wellness. I want DXN, and of course, that continues to transform lives across generations. I want DXN to be not just considered as a business, but as a way of life, that keeps empowering people with all the products, wellness products, ready-to-eat products, all the segments that we have, and give them sustainable opportunities, and a livelihood for people. So going forward in the next 5 to 10 years time, I would like to make DXN truly a localized company around the world. That goes by the vision of Datuk Lim.
Right.
He wants to bring DXN to the world, and so going forward, I would like to see the products are manufactured locally. Latin America is totally self-reliant. African market is totally self-reliant. Um, Arab market is totally self-reliant. European market is self-reliant, and so that way, we are going to give a sustainable business opportunity to the world.
Right.
So that is where I want to see DXN is going.
And I've got a last question for you. You probably would have a dream job when you were young. So you're not a CEO of a company, but maybe something that you can share with us.
I never aim to be the CEO. It is just it is something that is on your front, and you have to do it. It's your responsibility because I have to working with Datuk Lim, I understand what is DXN and been in the company for a very long time, and I have to carry out his vision strongly. Now, what is my dream job? Actually, my dream job is, as I mentioned, I'm very passionate about traveling and seeing places. So actually, the job in DXN is something that has been my dream job, and thanks to the universe, to put me in the right spot in the right place. Yeah. So
Traveling is one of your passions.
yeah, traveling has been always a passion. Traveling, seeing places, meeting people, trying new food, has been my passion. So I'm pursuing my passion right now.
Is there any last word that you'd like to say to our members here in Malaysia, especially our leaders, and also globally?
Yeah. Actually, if you want to be successful in DXN, it's very important that we need to understand what is to be done in this company. As I mentioned, there are a few areas that we have to look into it and do it very seriously. But most importantly, that I've always seen, the success of any market is the unification of the market, where the leaders, the stockists, the members, everybody comes together, work together, and support each other. Of course, people, there will be differences. They have different, because everybody comes from different walks of life. They have different temperaments, different thoughts, different perspectives. But when it comes to DXN, we can classify DXN as one family, and everybody need to come and support each other. So here in Malaysia, I would need all the leaders, come forward and support each other and organize good, big mega events. Yeah, what belongs to DXN belongs to you. Cyberville is for you. This is a platform where you have to gather, mass mobilize people. Malaysia is a market with multiple cultures. Despite that, everybody need to come together and support each other and organize mega events. And then gradually the business will start to go to the next level, and that needs to be done periodically in every market. So yeah, so I would like to see members organizing the big mega events regularly.
So all local members, Malaysian members, you have heard our CEO, Mr. Prajith, saying that we need to organize more events. We've got the space, we've got the facilities here. It's all available for you for free. So please do swing by. Mr. Prajith, thank you so much for this interview in our podcast. On your busy schedule, we actually share a lot of information, especially from you. So looking forward to have another interview in the future.
Sure, of course.
And, please do come here more often to Malaysia.
I'll be seeing you guys very soon. So
right.
Let's have the next podcast then.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you very much.
This is it for today's episode of DXN Coffee Talk. I'm DG, your host, signing off for this episode. I will see you at the top.
Start your day with a caffeinated spark. DXN coffee keeps you lit till dark. Sip the brew.